When I was 2, I saw the proms on TV and I started asking my parents about the violin, and I kept on asking for over a year until they found someone to teach me. So I started when I was 3. I was just completely in love with the sound, fascinated by the sound, and I still am. As a violinist, I'm so lucky that there's so much fantastic music written for the violin and still being written. Really, I think I could be learning every single day for my whole playing life. There's just so much to do. I was really thrilled when Birmingham nominated me for the Echo Rising Stars Award, and was really delighted when I was chosen as the British nominee, and then completely amazed when I actually received the award last year. And very, very excitingly, also allowed to commission anyone you want, they said. So I asked Oliver Knussen, an incredibly beautiful piece called Reflection. It's very, very exciting. He's a huge musical hero of mine, and I think one of the musical giants of his generation, and it's really a huge honour to have this piece written for me and for Hugh Watkins, my duo partner, who'll be joining me on the tour. I really enjoy working with composers because I have an insight into how they think. The composer's mind is often so different to the performer's mind, and I love being able to be a very small part of that creative process. It's the music of our time. It's what people are writing now about our world, the world we live in, and I think that is incredibly important and it should be heard. I think people are writing very, very beautiful, very moving music now, more and more. During the Echo tour, we are very lucky to play in pretty much all of the great halls all over Western Europe. So I'm really, really excited about meeting the audience, sharing our music with a new audience. My next release for Signum Records is of 2 major American concertos, the John Adams First Violin Concerto and Roy Harris Violin Concerto of 1949. I've always had an interest in American music because although I've grown up in London and always lived here, my mother's actually from New York, so it's sort of way in to understand more about my American heritage and the American culture. I absolutely loved working with the BBC Symphony Orchestra. It was a complete dream. I've been so lucky to work with Signum Records for the last few years. Having a label like that that believes in you and allows you that artistic freedom is such a gift and such a blessing, really. I'm really excited to play with the Liverpool Phil for the first time next year. Mendelssohn Concerto, which I absolutely love. It's one of my favourite concertos. And also to be playing with Petrenko for the first time. It's just a fantastic opportunity. I grew up in a family that listened to music, not only classical music, but more than that was very involved in other arts. My mother's a sculptor and my father is in theatre. I grew up with other arts around me and I don't see music as being isolated. Together with my sister, Freya Waley-Cohen, and the architects Andrew Skulina and Finbarr Dempsey, we've held an open space residency at Aldeburgh for the last couple of years, working on a project called Permutations, which is a synthesis of music and architecture. It's a completely new way of hearing, experiencing, being part of music that has never been done before. I think programming is really integral to an artist's sort of planning of repertoire, and for me the program should reveal something new about the works whether that's the way they're juxtaposed or the historical context. You know, the reason for exploring any of the arts is to understand more about ourselves and the world that we're in and how it came to be like this. And I think that it's possible by programming in certain ways to hopefully reveal something new, even in pieces that, you know, people will really know and have loved over many years. So I think that's why the historical programming really interests me, the literary programming. It hasn't really changed that much. I don't really see music as being divided up into different bits or different genres. I think good music, really great music, shares the same qualities, that it's visceral, it has power, it has huge emotional content, that it, you know, affects you emotionally almost like a drug. And I think that's true of music from hundreds of years ago, you know, Renaissance music, Baroque music, classical, romantic, all the different threads of 20th century music and 21st century music being written today. I don't really find that it's that necessary to put music in boxes. I think everything relates to everything else. I still really love playing every day. I feel incredibly lucky to spend my days with this beautiful instrument and incredible music.